Hey guys, I know it's Monday, but I am traveling tomorrow, so I thought we would come live today, and Asher was asking for cookies, and it's my dad's birthday, so we were going to make cookies. You asked if you could eat them on the way home. He's like, no, I didn't. It's my dad's birthday, and I was going to make him a batch of Cowboy cookies from Eat What You Love, and so I brought in my little helper here to help me. You ready?
Yeah.
Let's get started. Has anybody made them before that's watching live? Let us know in the comments. And how about just for being here, by the end of this, if you leave a comment and tag a friend, we will pick a winner from Facebook and a winner from Instagram to get a signed copy of the new book. Just to have a fun little game going on while we're making these. So, all right, let's get started. You ready, Bugs?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so just if you're joining late, Cowboy cookies from the brand new book, Eat What You Love. I have heard from some of you guys that they have replaced the real deal chocolate chip cookies, which is pretty crazy. Because that recipe has been a favorite of so many of you guys for a very long time. So I've got my handy dandy little bookmark that comes with the book. Okay, so I'm gonna have you get started with Asher. This is flax. Okay, so these are egg free, and I kept it that way by using a flax egg. And the one thing I will say is we have bought already ground flaxseed from the store, and is it not showing up on Facebook?
No, it's not.
You wanna try refreshing and just seeing? There's people watching, right?
On the phone, yeah.
Okay, great. Hopefully I'm on my, I mean, obviously, yes, I'm on my account, right?
Yeah.
Hold on, you stay there. Just a quick sec, Ash. That is super weird.
Never had this happen.
Yeah, well, there's people there.
I can stand over
Yeah, great, okay. So he was looking out for comments, and usually we do it on the computer, but it's not showing up. So I was saying, I kept them egg free by doing flax eggs. If you don't have an egg allergy, you can totally use an egg. They do hold together a little bit better, but I like the chewiness that the flax brings to these. And the one thing that I was going to say is we have bought already ground flaxseed from the store, and it is much more coarse, and then it's not quite as absorbent. So I just get fresh whole flax seeds and I grind them in a coffee grinder or a food processor, and it's much more powdery. So that's just the only thing I would suggest. If you do buy it pre-ground, you might need to let it sit a little bit longer to absorb some of that liquid or potentially reduce a little bit of the liquid. But just a tip that I wanted to give since we're live. So you're just gonna, I'm gonna turn this on to get some hot water. You're just gonna combine the flax with hot water, and you mix it together and it becomes like a slurry, which we use in place of the egg. Okay, Asher, you can start. Well, we kind of need this to sit, but how about you start by putting, this is palm shortening, we're using this instead of butter. Go ahead and put it in there. You can use this if you need to. Whoops. Well, you want to get everything that's in the bowl because it's already all measured out. So, okay. I'm going to get a little spoon together. Okay, so just in case you hopped on late on Instagram and Facebook, first of all, what's your name?
Asher.
Asher's helping me in the kitchen today, and we're making Cowboy cookies from the new book, Eat What You Love. And so what I have here is freshly ground golden flaxseed, and I mixed it with 3 tablespoons of hot water. And once you mix it together, you'll kind of get almost like an egg white consistency where it's like a little bit sticky, kind of thick, and that's what we're using in place of our egg instead of eggs, just in case you have an egg allergy. But you can use an egg if you want, just 1 egg for this recipe. But I really like the chewiness that the flax egg, quote unquote, kind of gives these cookies. And they still get a little bit crispy on the outside, which is kind of my favorite part about them. So you can see that it's like, kind of, isn't that crazy? Look at how that happened. That was just powder. So that's what you want it to look like. So if you do buy pre-ground flax, either grind it up further or maybe reduce the liquid a little bit. But yeah, you want it to be that really good sticky consistency.
So we have our first question.
Yes.
Can you use a gelatin egg?
I have not tried it, but I would think so in this one, especially because it's just like 1 egg, so that should be fine. Gelatin eggs, if you guys don't know, it's essentially you mix gelatin with the hot water kind of like this, and it gives you a very similar consistency, and some people use it in autoimmune paleo baking, so yeah, you could definitely try it out. I don't see why it wouldn't work in this one. I'm going to turn this on really quick and cream it. using the butter or the palm shortening to get some air into that, and so it gets nice and fluffy. That's just gonna help the overall consistency of the cookies. And you can use a hand beater if you want to. That doesn't have to be a stand mixer. And then we're gonna put in that chia, or not chia, you can use chia too. Flax, ground flax slurry. Again, just in case you join late, making the Cowboy cookies from Eat What You Love, my brand new book. They are dairy-free, egg-free, grain-free, and free of refined sugar, depending on what chocolate you use. And if you are watching, just comment and tag a friend on Instagram. Go and do it on my most recent post. It's a cute picture of Kezia, because that's the easiest way that I can see it. You can't really tag friends during an Instagram live. So go back to my most recent post, tag a friend. You'll be entered to win. Facebook, just leave it in the comments. I'm just gonna pick a winner from each of these before we're done here in a couple minutes to win a signed copy of the Cowboy cookies of the book. Okay, so we've got our flax mixture in there. Do you want to grab that's honey? Can you grab that? I've got coconut sugar or palm crystals. They go by a few different names. You can put it right in here. It's gonna stick to the bottom, so you probably want to use this. Don't worry, you got it. Just grab one. So I love, you guys have seen me use this honey a billion times, but I love like a very light colored raw kind of creamed honey. You want me to help you? Do you want me to hold? And you can use the spoon. Okay. I love the flavor of it. I love that it's not super overpowering. The lighter the color of your honey, the lighter the flavor of honey. Like it just won't overwhelm it. So that's kind of my favorite. This one's from Tropical Traditions, and it's a Canadian raw honey. And it's just my favorite. Here, I'm gonna get the rest out because it's super sticky. But yeah, but any honey would work. Like even just a, plastic honey bear container of honey will be fine. I just love the consistency and the flavor of this one. And you can get raw creamy honeys like this at your health food store as well. So you can or on Amazon. I have one on my shop page on my blog. That's one of my favorites that we order when we don't get this one. So really you can get it from anywhere. Okay, can you dump that in? That's vanilla. You want to smell it? No? Okay. Oh, what is it?
Vanilla ice cream.
It smells like vanilla ice cream? Oh. Okay, I'm going to cream this for about 30 seconds to a minute, so if you have questions, we can answer some of those.
So one of the questions, someone said they have a chocolate allergy, and so they're wondering if you have any suggestions for a chocolate substitution.
Yeah, well, so if you can do carob chips are a good chocolate alternative. Otherwise, it depends what if it's the cocoa bean that you're allergic to, then I was gonna say just doing cocoa raw. But otherwise, I think any fruit would be good, like any dried fruit in this, raisins or cranberries or anything like that. More coconut could be good, just like actual coconut chips. But yeah, carob chips would probably, that's going to give you the closest flavor to chocolate. You ready to do that part when we're ready? Alright, so now we're going to add our flours. Can you do almond flour? I'll do coconut flour. That won't stick, so just drop it straight in.
Wait, what?
Careful.
Oops.
Oops. No biggie. We'll put the rest of that in. The counter's clean. You can do cashew flour in this too. And then if you are allergic to nuts, in the beginning of this book, it's the only book that I've ever done it in, there's an entire substitution chart. So there's substitutes listed for, I'll show it to you. There's substitutes listed for any of the, so there's egg substitutes, palm shortening substitutes, almond flour, arrowroot, coconut, garbanzo bean flour, which I only use 3 times in the book, but there's a sub just in case. Baking powder substitute, almond milk substitute, coconut milk substitute, and cashew milk. So it's all listed right there. It gives you a few different options. So if you are allergic to nut flour, just take a look at that as well. Okay, this is arrowroot. You were gonna ask a question.
Yeah, so we also have some people wondering if you can substitute just 1 egg in place of the flax slurry, and if you do, will they be as fluffy or fluffier?
They probably will be a little fluffier. And I've done it before, and I do think they're a little more sturdy. These are chewy, and they hold together really well if you have the homemade freshly ground flax, but yeah, 1 egg is just fine. That's great. And I would do like, oh sorry, did you want to do the cinnamon?
I guess.
Oh, I'm sorry. You took your job. Did you smell this though? I'm sorry. I didn't realize that. You could do the rest of it, okay? Okay. Yes, so yes, you can use the egg. So these are Papa's favorite. Ever. So hopefully Papa's not watching on Facebook or Instagram, because it'll ruin the surprise.
Okay, we have another question. Can you substitute coconut oil in place of palm shortening in this recipe?
I wouldn't do it in this one. I talk all about the subs in the beginning and why I think coconut oil is a good sub for certain things and why it's not a good sub for palm shortening specifically. So go ahead and take a look at the sub guide for that. But I would say the best sub for this would be grass-fed butter if you can tolerate butter. It does make them spread a little bit more, so I would use a tiny bit less than what's called for the palm shortening. But it makes them really delicious. And then if not that, ghee. Okay, so now you can dump, and we dumped a few things in while we were talking. We did baking soda, sea salt, and cinnamon. So now we have toasted coconut chips, which I have been buying lately on Thrive Market. Already toasted. What? Yeah, you can do the whole thing. Already toasted, which is so nice, and they are Let's Do Organic brand. And they're so good. Yeah, go ahead. Those are pecans, so chopped up already. And then all of our chocolate. And I do a mix of chocolate chips. I like the mini, these ones do have refined sugar in them. So, but I like the Guittard dark chocolate, no soy, which I love. And no dairy in those either. And then the Enjoy Life, which is like all allergen free as well. And I do a mix of those because I think they both kind of give different notes. One's a little darker than the other. And then also, if you just want to keep it like 100% strictly paleo, I don't like to waste my huge chocolate bars and cookies that my kids and other people are going to eat. But if you wanted to keep it 100% free of refined sugar, grab a huge chocolate bar, they're my favorite, and just chop it up and put it in here. And then that keeps it free of all refined sugars, which is nice. So, all right, this is it. Last thing.
Asher, we have a question for you.
Ooh.
What is your favorite meal to eat?
You don't know? What? How do you not know?
I can't name them.
Well, do you want me to name the few things that you eat a lot, that you ask for a lot, and then you can decide which one's your favorite?
Yeah.
So you ask for my Granny Sorrella spaghetti sauce a lot, and you eat huge plates of that. Burgers, which we just had last night, or my chicken nuggets.
I'd say burgers, I guess.
Burgers, and then tacos. You like tacos?
I think the tacos are
Tacos, chicken or beef?
chicken or
The
chicken and beef.
The beef ones. So that one is from Meals Made Simple, the one he likes that we make big, huge batches of. The beef tacos, and he's a simple guy, so he'll eat his in just lettuce with a little bit of white rice, and that's usually it, just the chicken and the rice. Or sometimes I do sprouted corn tortillas for my kids and for Ryan, and he just likes just lettuce, just lettuce and the meat. Easton's a little more adventurous, avocado and some other things, but Esther's our simple guy. All right, any other questions? We're gonna start. Do you want to start? Do you want to do this for me?
What?
This part where we get to put them out onto the tray.
I guess.
You guess?
We have someone on Facebook that said she's made these before and they were delicious, but they spread really thin. And she said, "What am I doing wrong?"
Yeah, so most likely, unless you change some other ingredients, they were spreading because of, hold on, could be 2 reasons. Yeah, you can go ahead. So just space them out, Bugs, like 3, do 3 like this, and then another 3, okay? There's a couple reasons. So one is if your almond flour isn't finely ground enough, then it measures different. So I would always suggest the brands that I recommend. That's fine, it doesn't do perfect. I always suggest trying to buy the brands that I recommend in the beginning and the backs of all my books, because it's just going to be the most foolproof. And then the other one, like I already mentioned, is the flax. So we noticed that they spread more and they just kind of are a little, that's fine, it'll spread out. It's totally fine, you did a good job. We noticed that they fall apart a little bit more and they spread a little bit more if the flax is not as finely ground, because it just doesn't absorb as much of that moisture. The other thing that can make a big difference is your tray. So there's, my other ones are dirty, so we're not using them, but I like the air bake trays personally. I think they make things puff up a little bit more because there's like a layer of insulation in between the trays. So just depending on your trays, you might want to test out kind of your different baking sheets and see which one gives you the best results. You're just good, just like dig it in there. It's kind of hard because there's, but your dough should look like this, and it shouldn't be runny. I mean, you should be able to form cookies with your hands or with a spoon. You got it?
It's too much, I feel like.
It's all right. You got it. They're looking great.
We have someone who said the first time she made them, they spread a little bit too much for her as well. So she made them again, but put the dough in the fridge first.
That's a great way
and
to
that
fix
totally did the trick.
Yep, that's a great way to fix it too. Always, that could be just depending on the oil, like the fat that you're using. So that's one other good tip. There is a brand that unfortunately, I love them as a brand, but Nutiva theirs is labeled palm shortening, but it's a mix of red palm oil, coconut oil, and palm shortening. Oh, that's okay. We'll eat it. It's clean. Clean floor. We're not gonna bake them and give them to anybody, but I'm gonna eat it. Why don't you pull your chair? What you're gonna do again? Here, pull your chair closer to the counter. You've got a big gap. Yeah, you can stand up big enough now. Sorry. That's what I was going to say. The Nutiva brand has 3 different oils, and unfortunately, red palm oil and coconut oil both have a much lower heat point, which means that it melts a lot faster in the oven than, that's good actually, let's put them in the oven so that we don't spread too many. And so that could be another reason depending on what brand of palm shortening you're using. Unfortunately, in the grain-free, dairy-free world, all of the brands, even coconut flour, some are more absorbent than others. So if you notice that your batter is thin, you could add just a teaspoon or so of coconut flour, and that could do the trick for you as well. But even certain brands of coconut flour are more absorbent than others. It's just like, I wish there was like a level that everything kind of was put against, but unfortunately it's kind of a crapshoot, just depending on what ingredients you buy. So once you buy, that's okay. Once you buy the ingredients that you have at your home, you can kind of learn to like work with them a little bit. So if you have a bag of coconut flour that you just know like doesn't absorb as much, and you realize things are spreading or the batters or things are too liquidy, just add a teaspoon or so extra of that particular coconut flour and you should be good to go. Okay, I'm just gonna add a little more so there we go, that's it. So we're gonna put these in the oven at 350 for like 10 to 12 minutes. You wanna put them in? Yeah. Okay, you can put them in the top. Here, I'll open it for you because that's a big tray.
Like the top one?
This one, not on the top rack, but like in the middle rack. Just don't touch this door, it's really hot. You want me to do it for you? It's pretty high up for you, babe. Here. Don't touch your arms.
And we had a few people asking, giveaway wise.
Yes.
Is that going to be picked before the live is over? Or
yes,
after?
it is. Why don't we go ahead and pick now? So if you haven't left a comment, tagging a friend in Facebook, and on my last Instagram post of Kezia, tagging a friend there for Instagrammers, we'll go through and pick one winner from each right now before we finish baking these, and then we're going to sign off. Again, I'm traveling tomorrow. My normal time is on Tuesdays, although we're trying to rework that now that life is starting to slow down, and I'll actually be home for the majority of the next Tuesdays. Next week's spring break, so we will be not available, but I wanted to come on and just say hi because it's been a while today before I head out of town. So hang out for a minute, leave your comments. We'll give you another second. If there's any other questions, please feel free to ask. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I can tell you about these cookies before we go.
Okay,
You can be dismissed if you want. I get your head wet. Do you want to go? Do you want to have a little bite of cookie dough?
Yeah.
No?
I just have a
You'd rather have a cookie.
I
Who says no to
like
cookie dough?
I like cowboy cookies.
Okay. Did you already have 2 of the other ones?
Huh?
Did you have 2 of the other ones?
No.
No, No, yeah. Okay, no more then right now. Maybe after dinner. Okay, Facebook, thanks bud for your help.
Okay.
I love you.
Me too.
Facebook winner is Megan Brown. And Instagram is Jenny Jones with a low dash at the end. Underscore. Jeni Jones. So Facebook, Megan, if you can. Hello.
It's raining hard.
Oh, okay. It's raining hard. Sorry. Megan, congratulations. Thanks for being here. You get a signed copy of the new book, Eat What You Love. And Jenny, you too. So just send us an email at, I'll leave you a comment too, but send us an email at support@againstallgrain.com. SUPPORT with your name. Don't try to send us an email if that's not you, because we know we got your number. And give us your address, and I'll ship these out. And I do a giveaway every time I go live, pretty much. So if you didn't win today, there should be another chance at some point. But go out and grab a copy so you can make these and all of the other things. Okay, see you guys later. Thanks for being here.